The history of Chinese immigration has gone through a lot of hardships and discrimination. Despite that, the biggest amount of Chinese immigrants came to the U.S. from 1820 to 1996. There was about an average of 1,232,740 Chinese immigrants during this time period in the U.S. Let's take a step back in history to where all this started. It all started in the homeland of China. The Taiping Rebellion caused southeastern China to be in poverty and ruin. The men from southeastern China immigrated to the U.S. to seek money and monetary support to bring back to their families in China. The news of the Gold Mountain, or the California Gold Rush, sparked hope for the Chinese immigrants. This was the first major wave of Chinese immigrants coming into the U.S. They landed into San Francisco Harbor. During the Gold Rush, the Chinese immigrants worked in gold mines and on transcontinental railroads. They would have to work for lower wages than other workers, and they would work in harsh conditions. They were also responsible for doing their jobs. Chinese immigrants were 95% of the total workforce in making the transcontinental railroads. After the completion of the railroad in 1868, the Chinese immigrants started to do other jobs like selling food, doing menial services, setting up makeshift restaurants, and more. Chinese immigrants would mainly stay in San Francisco, but some would migrate to Los Angeles and even cities in New York. Chinese immigrants were starting to be targeted in a long wave of violence and discrimination in cities like Los Angeles. The reason for this was Chinese immigrants were starting to monopolize their jobs. They would work for lower wages, and this would make employers want to hire Chinese immigrants more than other workers. In 1882, the U.S. Congress passed the Chinese Exclusion Act. It was in favor of the popular anti-Chinese fear of Chinese people overpopulating America. It closed doors for Chinese immigrants. It welcomed any other immigrants except Chinese immigrants. The offenders of the act were put to jail or deported out of the country. If a Chinese immigrant already living in the U.S. wanted citizenship, they were denied of getting one. In 1905, the San Francisco earthquake started a city fire. That fire destroyed records of many immigrants. This gave leeway to Chinese immigrants to bring people from China into the U.S. Chinese living in the U.S. could claim they were born there, making themselves citizens. So then they could entitle to bring their children from China. The scheme was known as paper sons. When the U.S. government officials heard about this, the immigration policy became more strict. From 1910 to 1940, Chinese immigrants were detained and interrogated at Angel Island. Angel Island is an immigration station in San Francisco Bay. People who worked there hoped to deport as many Chinese immigrants as possible. Workers would ask hard questions about Chinese villages and family histories that immigrants would have trouble answering correctly. Chinese men and women would be detained there for weeks, months, and sometimes even years. During World War II, China became an ally of America. President Roosevelt signed an act to repeal the Chinese Exclusion Act on December 13, 1943. President Roosevelt said that it was important to keep peace with their ally, China. He also said the cause was important for winning the war. After the act was passed, there was a surge of Chinese immigrants coming to the U.S. The Chinese population became double than before. This time, there were Chinese immigrants from all over China. Chinatowns in America started to grow rapidly over a short amount of time. There have been more Chinese immigrants immigrating to the U.S. than Japanese, Greek, and Polish immigrants from 1820 to 1996. In recent years, like 2006, the US gave 6,500 visas to Chinese orphans. Today, Chinese immigrants are the third largest foreign-born group in the United States after Mexicans and Indians.